Hi, my name is Leah Day, and welcome to Quilt Along number 43 on the Free Motion Quilting Project. This week is a brand new month, December 2012, and it is time to start working on a new family of designs. And this family is totally different from everything that we worked on this year. These are overlapping designs, and the basic rule is stitch a shape and overlap it with another shape. Because it's not picky, it's not perfect, it's not, well, really, anything goes with this family of designs. They're super fast, they're super easy to quilt, and the challenging thing, if there is a challenging thing with them, is probably that you'll need to really speed up your machine or really slow down your hands, because these are going to feel super natural and super easy for you to quilt. So let's get on the machine and first learn how to quilt cat hairball filler. Okay, let's get started with cat hairball filler. I'm going to be filling this into the sashing of this quilt, but this design really works anywhere, on any scale. It is truly the simplest quilting design. The hardest part is maintaining your speed, because this is going to be so easy. Your speed is going to fly off the handle because your hands are going to move so quickly. You really need to watch that and try and keep your hands slow enough that your stitches stay nice and even. And I'll show you what I mean. Let's get started. Basically, all you're doing is stitching the letter E over and over and over again on top of itself, overlapping like crazy. Think of scribble. First thing we do whenever we color as kids. This is what that is. So I hope you can see already how easy this design is going to be, but the challenging part is going to be keeping it nice and big. This is an excellent design to stitch on a very tiny scale, particularly on a whole cloth quilt, because it's almost like thread painting and it can really squish the quilt down in those areas and make it nice and flat. And for a whole cloth you want that. For a bed quilt, not so much. You really want it to be open and you want it to be nice and soft for a bed quilt. So I'm going to work on opening this up a little bit as I stitch down the sashing and try and keep it nice and soft with the lines further apart. Now, one thing that you will pick up on very quickly is where your hands feel most comfortable. If you notice in these areas, almost consistently every time I stitch that particular curve, my hands are really speeding up. If you're stitching this and your foot doesn't press down on the pedal harder, typically you will start seeing some loops in the back of your quilt. That is not a tension issue, that's a speed issue. For some reason the speed gets messed up, the loops start pulling. So make sure if you start seeing bigger stitches, you start seeing loops in just specific areas like these, always that same shape, put your foot down in those areas or actively, consciously slow down your hands, and that will solve the problem. Now I quilted myself into this little area. It's almost like a corner, and I started repeating the same pattern. I really don't want it to have a set pattern to it. I really want this to look like scribble. That's the point. Cat hairball, right? So I'm going to stitch back over this. It's going to get a little dense, but it's such a small area, it doesn't really matter. So just continue to work through your space, filling it evenly and consistently with beautiful cat hairball filler. So that's it for this video. I really hope that you'll get on your machine and give cat hairball filler a try. This design is challenging only in the sense that it's going to feel so natural. I mean, how many of us have scribbled lines in our life? Probably everyone. So it's going to feel very, very natural for you, to the point that make sure that you slow down your hands so that you keep those stitches small enough where you're not going to get any toe catchers. A toe catcher is whenever you have a stitch so big you could catch your toes in it when you're sleeping. So you don't want those on your quilt, but pretty much anything too small to get your toes caught in, it's going to be okay. But the thing to do, if you start seeing your lines get really wide apart and really, really big, the thing to do would be put down your foot, make yourself go faster, or slow down your hands. Consciously slow down your hands. Even if it feels very natural to swing those E's around and make that scribbly line, you still have to keep that balance of speed and the ratio of the movement of your hands together on your machine. Definitely link up and share what you do with this design with the Free Motion Quilting Project. Basically, you can upload a photo to your Facebook or Flickr account or blog about using this design and then share it with everyone else. Let us see how you've used it in your quilts, and if you've struggled or had any problems or issues with it, or you have questions, make sure to post those as well. We're building a community of quilters who want to free motion quilt their quilts on their home sewing machine, and I can't wait to help you out. So you can find all of that and more at freemotionproject.com. I'm Leah Day, and I'm off to quilt. Have a wonderful day.